Which characters in Street Fighter 6 are the most fun to watch? Which ones are the most hype? Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC Mura here, and today we're making the most important tier list there is. Spectatorship, viewership, which characters do you the viewers enjoy watching? And this have nothing to do with their competitive viability or like maybe they're fun to use or even fun to play against. I'm simply talking about which characters do you enjoy watching matches of the most, right? I must say that in general Street Fighter 6, especially on like the pro level, is pretty fun to watch because the game have many options, so there is more character individuality than what we were used to with Street Fighter 5, but still I do think there are more characters here that some characters are more fun to watch than others. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Now let me start first with the characters that for me is the most fun to watch in this game, and drum rolls. Haha, Zangief. Street Fighter 6 Zangief is amazing. He's a blast to watch. Obviously the character seems to have some struggles, who knows about the competitive viability, but watching high level Gief, I love watching Snake Eyes, I love watching Itazan, I love watching a lot of top level Giefs, and it's just magical. When the reads happen, when they're correct, it's just a thing of beauty. The characters animate perfectly, he's oozing personality, so you know, it's like he's cool, but also he's the underdog, so you want to cheer for him, and that just creates an amazing experience all around, right? I don't think anyone dislike watching Gief. Yes, maybe you have different feelings when you're fighting against him, but watching him, it's always a blast, right? And now I want to switch over to something a little bit different. You know the saying from Batman The Dark Knight when they said, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain, right? And I know this one will annoy people. I'm tired. I'm tired of watching Juri. I'm gonna be completely honest. I do think she's a good character in this game. Obviously animates well, all of that, but she is so prevalent and so common in high level play, and what she's doing I don't think is that interesting. Like if you watch the CEO finals, the CEO tournament, there was just way too much Juri there that I don't think she's a disaster to watch. She's not season 3 Cammy yet, but I feel like we're getting there. I feel like we might actually get there. So for now, I don't think I want to watch more Juri. The only thing that is actually interesting about, you know what? I will put her on, alright, I will watch. Because of one thing, the saving grace for Juri, and that is her level 2 super. Because some of the combos she can do with level 2 super is genuinely exciting. But otherwise, I mean, yeah, it's too much exposure in my opinion, right? And hey, this is totally subjective. If you think Juri is the sickest character and you love watching all of her matches, that's fine. You know, whatever, right? Speaking of fine, I guess I'm gonna put Chun-Li in I guess you're fine. Because Chun-Li have a lot of these things where like she can do some really cool conversions, some really sick combos, some really sick anti-airs. A lot of her combo structures, especially in the hands of a really good player, can look amazing, but I do think still the game plan is not the most exciting to watch. It feels like to me in Street Fighter 6 Chun-Li plays a little bit lame until she can do like a slow fireball and then drive rush behind it, or get some opening through a whiff punish, which isn't like obviously a bad thing at all. It's really fun to play, but I don't think she is a fun character to watch, especially in this game where, in my opinion, right, this is me, Mura's opinion, I do think she's the jankiest character in this game when it comes to animation, and that always takes me out of the experience. I'm talking just simply from my own perspective. Right? Now let's talk about another character that is fun, and I know people will hate me for this one, but please, I'm talking about just watching. Blanka. Oh my god, I know some people are disappointed right now. What is this dude saying? Zangief and Blanka? But it truly is. I must say, what they did with Blanka in this game is just so much fun to watch. I hate being subjected to it, but watching it is kind of hilarious, right? Tell me you didn't enjoy seeing the Blanka Shan setups in the CEO finals. It was great. It was really tremendous. And obviously his V-Trigger 2, or like this level 2 super I guess now, is always crazy because the combo potential setups and just watching how much drive it drains from the opponent, that's just crazy. Like you're watching a train wreck happen in front of you. And Blanka is just that. He is a ball of chaos, right? And speaking of a ball of chaos that is not fun to watch, I'm gonna put Honda, but I do think Honda is probably the lamest character to watch in Street Fighter 6. I'm not saying he is bad, I'm not saying he's whatever, he's still pretty decent, but I will say that the only time I have fun watching Honda is watching how other people counter his overpowered tools, right? And I'm not talking broken, I'm talking busted, I'm saying like headbutt, butt slam. Some people come up with really creative answers to them, and that is the most fun experience you will have when you're watching Honda. Otherwise, he have a very simple game plan. It is obnoxiously effective, and the only fun you get is when you see someone like deal really well with his stuff. Other than that, I do think he is a pretty much too dry character, too simple, too effective, right? And that doesn't give into a great viewership experience. Now, a character that I do think is really fun in this game to watch as well is Jamie, and I'm gonna put him in the triple S style because Jamie has the underdog thing going on. Right? He's a character that you will not see a lot of. It's very rare to see like Jamie and top level Jamie, and when you do, it's always really exciting because you can feel kind of like how much the guy is outplaying the opponent, and his combo structure have so much variance, and there's so much that he can do, and there's a lot of decision making, and I do think that makes him a really exciting character. And in general, he kinda is based off the movesets of the twins, and I do think that twins were fun to watch. So I find Jamie to be really enjoyable, right? Now let's talk about the character that is not that enjoyable, and I'm gonna put Lily in there. The only reason Lily is not in the nope tier is that she is a struggle. So I do want to see the guy using Lily do well, right? But her game plan is like surprisingly linear. You get win stocks, you bully him with counter spire, and now you're in 50-50 hit or grab. She doesn't have any real impressive combos. There is like very few stuff that you'll see maybe with the air super, like jump air super, and you can use that to bait DPs. That is like the only interesting thing about Lily, but otherwise I don't think she is all that interesting to watch. Probably a really fun character to play, but I don't think it translates really well to viewership. And obviously we've got Rashid coming up, so there will be a fight for the wind, which character is the supreme wind user. But right now, yeah, I don't feel terribly excited watching Lei matches, I'm gonna be completely honest, right? Now let's talk about the character that's actually exciting, and I'm gonna put Marisa. Say, Marisa is probably not that fun to fight against. She is fun to play, I'll give her that, but she's not that fun to fight against. And even watching Marisa matches, for the most part, it is kinda slow, right? But what's so fun about Marisa is like that one time where she explodes and like the Marisa player does a combo into level 3 or critical art, and it's like 70-80% is gone in an instant, and you're like, what just happened? Marisa got that Abigail factor of she's just doing way too much damage way too quickly, and it is exciting to watch. Kind of reminds me of Balrog as well when he had Tab, and obviously Big Bird have done amazing with this character. So I do think in that regards she is mostly fine in regards to her gameplay, but that the moments, the seconds of explosion is what makes her exciting to watch. And I do think Manon is another character that I will put on alright, I will watch. She kind of has the Marisa thing going on, especially when she at like middle 5. But I do think outside of that, her gameplay isn't that fun to spectate. The thing that is fun about Manon, in my opinion, is you're waiting for the explosion to happen, but it's a slow build. Like for example with Marisa, they get the chance, they get the drive impact, they get the combo, bam, 70% gone. With Manon, it's like, alright, level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4, like you're getting there. And yes, part of that is exciting, but also I guess it's exciting in its own right, and that's why I'm putting her in this tier. But I don't think it's as fun as watching someone insta explode the way Marisa does. And otherwise, it's just slow, neutral, and trying to find your spots, which I mean, I guess it's fine, but it doesn't translate that amazing to like a character being very fun to watch. You know what I mean? I mean, I guess that's just my opinion. Now, another character that I'm putting in, I guess you're fine, is JP. And you might be wondering, like, Mura, you enjoy watching JP? You enjoy watching the full screen spam? And it's not really. It's not really. JP got the Honda thing going on where I love watching him get hit. Like, I love watching how people navigate his zoning. And I guess that part of it is actually kind of fun, but I also actually really like his setups. JP's set play is particularly exciting because there is so much potential there. You love to see like how much bullshit he will do with the counter and like the set plays that he will be able to get off of that. When he knocks you down in the corner and that sets up the portal, what's gonna happen? He does have the level 2 super, which creates like a mix, and you're like always sitting there in anticipation, like what's going on. You know, like the Sis V Trigger 2 in Street Fighter 5, where it's like, alright, like where is the mix-up, and you keep looking for it, and this is always fun to watch. I must admit, obviously his gameplay is really not that fun to fight against, but to watch, I do think he has these moments of brilliance that makes him a pretty fun character. Not enough to put him in the top, because again, zoning is the character, but he does have really fun moments that makes for a really good viewership experience. And I guess I'm putting Kimberly in the same situation because in general her set play can be a little bit samey, but also every once in a while you get that what just happened mix up, and she's probably one of the characters who have the most what just happened moments in this game. She can do a lot of set play, especially with kunai setups or like the cans or whatever, her exploding thing, right, the spray cans. This can lead to really fun set play. Her combos, I will say, are a little bit too samey looking. Like there is a combo with the run where they do the run into like the light kick variant, into another thing, into the light kick. And I hate it when like you can see the same special multiple times in the same combo. But other than that, I do think she is a lot of fun to spectate. Right? Another character that is fun to spectate depending on the player, and that's why I'm putting it, and I guess they're fine, is Ken. Ken, in some hands, is amazingly fun to watch. In others, he's incredibly boring to watch. He obviously is one of the characters who's getting a lot of exposure, and Ken is a character that you can get a lot out of if you invest the time. He does have interesting elements to him because of his combo structure and always choosing like the right combo for the right situation, and he does have like the genre loops who can look really fun, and some mid-screen combos that are just like what that can be really fun. So because of all of that, I'm putting Ken in the I guess they're fine, but I do think because he's overexposed, and typically Ken wins through a simple game plan of getting the opponent to the corner and then going for the throw loop. I think that element of it isn't the most fun, but he does have a lot of flash to him that makes him really exciting, right? And I'm putting Luke in. Unfortunately, I do main Luke now. Like, Luke is the character that I'm playing. He is the next character guide, by the way. I'm working on a character guide for Luke right now. And I guess I'll put Luke in the alright, I'll watch. Luke plays solid neutral, and that is fun, right? Obviously, if the opponent character wanna play neutral, but otherwise Luke is defending and waiting for an opening. But there is no flash to Luke. He's a character who is, I do think, is really well-rounded. He does a little bit of everything. There is a little bit of zoning games there, a little bit of punishing, all of that, but there is no flash to Luke. I will say, when you're actually piloting Luke, he's a lot of fun because of the perfect, and all of that stuff. That is really fun. That is satisfying to you as a player. As a spectator, I do think it is kind of happening, like most people are doing it anyway, so they kind of lose that being special part. And at the same time, he is played decently. I guess like a good portion of the players do play Luke, so we had a lot of exposure to him. So he's solid, but I don't think he's that particularly fun. Right, he's a little bit too dry, but that's fine. I think he makes for a really fun playable character. Spectator wise, and even his supers are a little bit dry. They're not the most fascinating supers. Even like the animations are pretty standard, right? So he's an alright. And another character that I would put an alright is Guile. Now, when Guile had his amazingly busted boom loops, I would put him in like Smoking 6 style because he had some of the most jaw-dropping boom loops ever. But now you're kind of stuck with the slow Guile neutral, which I guess is fine. I mean, it's fine. It's not terrible by any means. I just want to say, and I want to stress this: these three tiers are alright. Like Smoking 6 style are characters who are awesome to watch. I enjoy them every time. I guess they're fine is like, yeah, I will watch them, I don't mind. Alright, I will watch is like, I'm kinda neutral on them, right? So these characters, I'm kinda neutral on them. I don't feel particularly excited watching Guile in this game. Nothing he does is that exciting to me. And a simple Guile game plan, we've always seen it. It's fun, I guess, to watch like the slow neutral, but otherwise, I mean, it's Guile. You know what I mean? And another character that I do enjoy watching in this game is Ryu. Ryu have some of the swaggiest combos in this game. Especially his corner combos are extremely swaggy. Ryu also got the underdog element going on where I want to see Ryu win. I want to see him proving the haters wrong and him doing well. And that element of him is fun to spectate. But otherwise, I mean, obviously he doesn't do anything that is so crazy and just jaw-dropping like the other three above him do. And I guess for that, I'm putting him in, I guess they're just fine. Dhalsim, I'm gonna be completely honest, I have seen very little of Dhalsim. I have seen very little of Dhalsim that it actually makes me kind of excited to see what he does, because this is a character I never see. I don't understand why. Like, no one played Dhalsim in this game. I guess his combo structure is a little bit drier than it was in Street Fighter V, and in general he's not attracting a lot of players, and I guess a lot of people are saying he's weak. Honestly, I'm not sure because I haven't seen much of him. I haven't played, like, alright, it's been 1 month and I've played one Dhalsim. And I swear to you, I'm not joking. I've played against this character once in a month. He's the only character in this game that I have almost never played because it was just the one dude. And because of all of this, I am excited to see like what he's doing. I get excited to watch Dhalsim because no one is playing him, right? Cammy, I'm gonna put in the, I guess they're fine. I think Cammy in this game have really fun looking combos. Right? Her game plan is still as effective as it was in Street Fighter V, although not as linear, right? Because she got now the hooligan, and there is some interesting stuff that can be done with it. She does have a really interesting, in my opinion, like stuff with a spin knuckle and the X spin knuckle crossing up and how that can be played around. Her combos, especially like the aerial juggles, looks really cool. So that part of it I do think is pretty exciting. And obviously she is one of the best animated characters in the game. And for now, that makes me enjoy watching Cammy matches. Probably one of the characters that I see the most. And I'm putting DeeJay in, I guess they're fine as well. If DeeJay was a character that probably we had less exposure to, he probably would be more exciting, but DeeJay is a character that allows for a lot of player expression with the feints, with the like sway stuff. There's a lot of dynamic when like there's a lot of dynamic interactions between the players when DeeJay is playing. There's a lot of difference between the different DeeJay players as well, and that makes him a really interesting character to watch, and his animations are top tier. But I still haven't seen anyone do like the DeeJay level 2 super, which I do think might be really exciting to watch. We don't see much of it. And that is pretty much it. I would love to hear your thoughts about this list. Do you agree with me on this? Do you think I'm kinda whack? I would love to hear your thoughts about all of this in the comment section below. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon, Discord, Twitter and Twitch pages in the description. Thank you so much for watching and stay safe.